Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am plumbobd, and today we're saying goodbye to our Oasis Springs rebuild series. Yeah, this is the last episode for this series, and we are renovating the Roomies household. And it's a little bit of a bittersweet moment for me because with this series our channel has grown so much. There's about 50 of us now, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I really appreciate you subbing, and if you are not subbed and you like this video, go and give me I was about to say a follow, but it's not a follow, it's a subscription. Like, subscribe to the channel if you like this video. that was the message. So this is the very last build we are doing for our Oasis Springs rebuild series. We've done it all. Like, we've renovated every single lot in this world except for one, which I left empty. And this, more than a renovation, is like I bulldozed the lot and did it all over again, because I didn't really like the original shape of the house. It was like a donut shape. It had like a courtyard in the middle and a like huge, I would say, pretty huge backyard or side yard, without a pool, of course, because the game originally shipped without any pools. I didn't really like it at all, so I decided to go for a complete new build, and we are going for still a mid-century vibe like the rest of the neighborhood. I wanted to keep the original vibe that the game developers had for the world, because I think it looks good. And this is the same neighborhood in which we have the diner I built, and we also have the alien secret cove, the big family house, and we have another build. The summer holiday grandparents. That was our first ever build for Oasis Springs, and thinking back on it, like I really like the idea of starting and finishing a series within the same neighborhood, because if I think about how I used to do videos when I originally built that first house, now it's completely different, because that was just a video tour with music and using the cinematic camera on the whole lot, on the whole tour. And now we are doing speed builds, and after a couple of speed builds we moved on to speed builds with voiceovers, and who knows, maybe one day, if I feel like it or if my computer handles it, I will also do face cam. I'm not sure though, because I still have to get quite used to doing voiceovers. Like, my head spins around all the places, and then I have to fix the audio. My hands cannot stay still, not necessarily because I'm anxious, but because I have got nothing to do. Maybe I will try and do I can start with some challenges, like building in real time, because in that way I have something to do while I speak. So it will be better for me also to improve my public speech skills, let's say. So our channel has grown so much since the first time we've built in this world, and I am so grateful. It's been like, it's 11 weeks, so like about 3 months. Maybe I skipped some uploads, but I don't think so. Maybe it was like 3 or 4 months overall. And next we will be moving to Magnolia Promenade, which will be a very short intermission between Oasis Springs and our next world, which you will be voting on Friday, I think, Friday or Saturday, maybe over the weekend it's better. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, that's where I do my surveys for you to decide which world we should renovate next. So go follow me on Instagram, the link will be down below. Otherwise, I am plumbobd with an underscore over there. And let's talk a little bit about the build, shall we? So I said it's clearly a mid-century house. I went for the spa day siding in green, because I initially wanted to go blue, but I already built a blue Suburban for our Generations family home, which I will be linking for you in the not in the description, in the corner of the screen right now. So I decided no blue. We've already done pink because we done the aliens secret cove. We've done orange. Didn't really feel like going yellow because the world itself is very, very yellow, so it would look even more yellow. Didn't want to go dark because it doesn't make so much sense in the desert. Didn't want to go fully white because otherwise the build would feel washed out. So I found this like teal bluish, it's kind of like a teal color, which I feel like fits very well the vibe. And then I added the base game stone, which I think was also in the original build. I wanted to pay respect to that. It was on the chimney, I think, which now that I think about it, like that house had a chimney but no fireplace, so doesn't make sense. Maybe they built the chimney but then realized this house is in a desert and the chimney is just purely decorative. I mean, I've built some chimneys in this world. I don't expect Sims to use them though. Even though your Sims are weirdly attracted to chimneys in the game, like if you have a fireplace, they will have it constantly turned on, and then in summer they will complain it's too warm. Like, why are you turning it on then? Or why are you leaving it on for like months? I don't know if builds take into account that you have a fireplace, because technically in real life you would have to buy wood to get the fireplace going, but who knows, this is the Sims, it doesn't necessarily make sense. So yeah, and then as a wallpaper I added also the eco lifestyle wood paneling, and I went for eco lifestyle windows and doors overall because that's a very cool matching set. Like we have windows for all wall heights and various versions of them, and which I really liked, and some of them are like have a little bit of a design on them, are a little bit 3D, so it makes the walls look less flat, and it fits well with like a mid-century style in my opinion. Like it makes it look a little bit more modern, maybe slightly industrial, but I feel like it fits well with the vibe overall. Now this build was super big, so I had to cut out quite a bit of footage. Like you will see absolutely no bathrooms. I had to cut away also the floor plan, which I usually leave in, but the floor plan didn't necessarily took that much, but it was a big chunk of the video. And also like me placing the final windows and doors around after I finished the floor plan. I also cut out a hallway, and since this is the last build we are doing for the series, I wanted to put as much detail as I could, so I've done something I don't usually do, which is taking paintings from the gallery, paintings that are not marked as CC, and using them as artwork, because I am so tired of the artwork we have in the game. We have so much, and I'm not complaining that we don't have enough choice, but I'm tired of using the same pieces over and over again. So I decided to go for something from the gallery, which is from Holy Schmowow, which is a creator that Sid Mac uses constantly, and I really like her paintings. They come in various different sizes, even some like picture versions, and they are not tagged as CC, which I really like, because I've tried this trick once in my simming career, like even before having my channel, but those builds would always be flagged as having CC in it, and of course they don't. So I'm thinking about console players, but also people who don't check for the CC tag because maybe they don't use CC, or they prefer like having a build which is only Maxis Match, or like having EA content and then maybe adding some CC themselves, which is something that I personally do. Like if I download a build from a gallery, which I don't do often, I try and look for only in-game content, and then I may replace something with CC, just because I don't want to check if I have all the packs and having to download them, install them, which is not super complicated of a process, but it's still a process. And I just, when I want a build, I usually just check for it on the gallery and just download it, and that's it. I don't even plan on downloading a build, so I don't usually check for custom content. So in this case I wanted to cater to all of those people, and I use paintings that are not flagged as having CC, so they are from Holy Schmo Wow. I will try and remember to put the name in the editing, but if I don't remember, like it's literally holy, like the word Schmo, SHMO, then wow, WOW. So quite easy. But you've just seen me putting like a frame around the painting using other paintings, and that's a trick I just wanted to show you once and then never again throughout the rest of the build, because it took me so long, and honestly I think cutting away the footage of me framing all the single pieces of artwork from the gallery, probably I saved me and you a couple of minutes of footage. So you just take the build, like the painting from the wall that comes in the gallery, and you attach it to the wall, and then you grab a painting, and if you are lucky enough to have the frame fit exactly and is an existing piece of artwork in the game, you are good to go. You just overlap the two paintings and you're fine. You have a frame with a painting, or a painting with a frame. In my case, I wanted them to have like slightly different dimensions, so I just used, I think it's the painting from Tiny Living. Sometimes I've also used a base game painting, a frame, no, it's actually a painting. And then I've just went around and overlapped all of those paintings all together, and you get yourself a frame. So that's basically what I've done. But yeah, it's very, very time consuming, but you know, in order to have some cool and different artwork, I'm willing to do it. Now, I've said in some previous videos of mine that I really look into performance when I do my builds, so I try not to overclutter them, not put so much detail. But since this was a special occasion, I decided to go for a little bit more detail than usual. But do not worry if you ever want that save file. First, let me know in the comments down below, because now that I finished all the builds, I will go around with the families I've created and add skills complete halfway, aspirations, give them jobs, give them the appropriate amount of funds, give them relationships, and all that jazz. I have a whole list of things I do after I finish a world. So if you want that save file because you want all of those relationships and progress within the families, first let me know in the comments down below. But second, one of the things I do while going around and fixing my save file is deleting or simplifying some of my builds. So if you download them from the gallery, you will see all the detail I usually put in my videos. But then if you were to get my save file, you would see builds are a little bit more sparse, and that's because of performance reasons. I don't have the top-notch best of the best gaming computer that exists in the world, so I try to be conscious of how much stuff I put into my game, even being conscious of the fact that I add some extra lots, because usually when the game ships, every world has like 2 or 3 lots that are empty. I furnish all of them except one, so just the game itself, just by adding those 2 lots and families, it makes the game run a little less smoothly. So I just try and go and fix the houses and try and delete some. Maybe a bookshelf I will leave it empty. Usually all the clutter that I add into a bookshelf I would delete, or for example in this case I would probably delete all the frames from the canvases. So you will see me do that if you get my save file, if I ever decide to publish it. But if you want a more detailed build, you just can download it from the gallery. I think this is the best solution, because once you get a save file, you don't necessarily play with all the households and you don't necessarily play in all the houses. So having a game run more smoothly and just maybe replacing the lot you're playing in from my save file with the version on the gallery that's more detailed. So in this way you have only one detailed build and all the rest of the world is a little bit more sparse. I think it's a good compromise. because you don't necessarily want super cluttered houses everywhere you go. Just one for routing purposes of your sims, and also for performance issues. I also wanted to quickly mention that this house has 3 bedrooms, and the original family household of the Roomies has 4 sims. Now, I may have done something, and that something might have been deleting a sim. But if you know, this family is based on the New Girl TV series, which is a series that was very, very popular when the Sims 4 originally first came out. So probably was fully developed in 2013. So around that time, that series was really, really popular. And the series has 4 characters. I don't remember the name of the characters. I remember Jess, which is the girl, which is the main character in the series, and then I absolutely do not remember the name of the other 3 guys. But long story short, the girls moves in with these 3 guys and they live their life. That's basically the whole plot of the series. It's a very long series. I've started it. I've watched only the first 10 episodes and then I got a little bit bored of it. Sorry, I know a lot of people like New Girl. Me, I don't like it so much personally. They told me the first series or the first season is not so good, but the following seasons get better. So I will maybe pick it up again and just try and suffer through the first season and see if it gets better by the other seasons. But in the base game, if you open up the original family, you will see there's a girl, there's Jay Huntington III, which is like a whitewashed Don Lothario. It's like a Don Lothario 2.0. There's a black guy, which I don't remember the name of, and there's a guy with a green t-shirt. Now, I have removed that guy from the family because, in my opinion, I don't even remember the name of the sim, neither of the sim nor of the actor, so to me it's not a main character. And I also dislike the way he looks, both in his style, his physical appearance. I don't like anything about that sim, so instead of fixing him, I just deleted the character, sorry. So we have 3 bedrooms. One for Jane Huntington III, which you have just seen. It's like the blue and grey themed bedroom. Very sporty, because I checked all their aspirations, traits and careers before furnishing their bedrooms. Jane Huntington III, he has I don't remember which aspiration he has. I think it's a popularity one. He's in the tech guru career, and he's also active, non-committal, and maybe hates children. So I built it's a bro. So I built a room for a bro. He has some like active equipment, workout equipment. I initially put a treadmill, which I have deleted because I thought he can just go jogging. I put a weightlifting machine, and I have also left a basketball hoop, and the whole room itself is a little bit sporty, a little bit quote-unquote masculine. And I've also put like a desk with a nice computer because he's a tech guru, so I want him to have a nice computer. The second sim is I cannot remember the name, it's the black guy. He is a writer. I think he has also the writer aspiration, and he has the bro trait and a couple of the traits. But long story short, his room is a little bit more classic. I went for a green and brown theme. We have a lot of bookshelves, both in his room and around the house, because I feel like him being a writer, he's also an avid reader and he would read a lot of books. That's basically it. I've also put a desk with a typewriter from Cottage Living for him to write. And then we have the third bedroom, which is from Jess, the main character of the series. And in the game, she's unemployed. She has the Friend of the World aspiration, and I cannot remember her traits. I think she's clumsy, romantic, and I cannot remember the third one. Maybe outgoing. But in the series, I cannot remember if she's an elementary teacher or a theater teacher, but I will make her to be a teacher. So her room, you can see it right now, is very pastel. I went for pastel pop kit vibes. It's pink and orange with some blue accents and somewhat boho. I put an like a painting easel, so she has something to do. And I've also put the high school board to like represent the fact that she's a teacher, and in the game, in my save file, she will be a teacher, because I don't know why they left her unemployed. It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's basically it for the character. She has the top floor with a non-suite bathroom and also a balcony, so she got the best room. Maybe she's paying the most in rent, I don't know. Another cool thing I did in this house, if you saw it in the kitchen, I've used like a dishwasher to size down. Like I put the dishwasher in a counter and I sized it down, and in that way I got like a floating shelf on in a kitchen, and in that way you can hide, more or less hide, a trash can, and you have to be careful with scooting it a little bit forward, like so it's somewhat outside of the counter. This way your Sims will be able to use the item itself. But I think it's a really cool trick that I have learned on Richella's stream once. She's playing the Career Legacy at the moment, which is a challenge that she has written, and she in her last build for the last gen of her challenge, she used this trick, and I never thought of it, and it looks really, really cool. And I'm tired of placing my trash cans in the corners of the kitchen, so this trick I think is really, really, really cool. We are almost at the end of the build. I didn't speak that much on the outside, like the back garden. I've just put some lounges, like a floaty in the pool, and a sleeping slide from backyard stuff, and the classic stuff like a barbecue and a sitting area for outside meals. Since you are in the desert, you probably do want some place to eat outside, since it's gonna be pretty much all year round nice weather. And that's basically it. So screenshots should be coming up right now. Remember to follow me on all of my socials. Those will be linked down below in the description. Also remember to comment, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed this video at any point. We are now saying goodbye to our Oasis Springs rebuild series, and I am excited to moving on to Magnolia Promenade on Friday. So I will catch you all in my next speed build. Goodbye!